Somebody who didn't score points today, but has had a fantastic debut so far, debut season, is the Chinese driver from Shanghai, Zhou Guanyu. And it's a fantastic privilege for us today to be able to welcome, also from Shanghai, the quite famous now journalist, Frankie Mao. Frankie, welcome.
Hi, Matthew. Hi, guys. Thanks for having me. It's great to be here. So I
great
really
to have you.
Want to be in Melbourne. Yeah.
Yes. Well, we'd love to be with you in Melbourne. But tell us, Frankie, I want to know what you think of Zhou's performance today and so far this season.
Well, of course, it's a bit shame that he finished 11th, just one way to the top 10 scoring points. But I think so far this season, he had a very solid start to his rookie season. As we can see, he went through Q2 in all three qualifying, and then he finished in top 10 in his first race. It's very impressive.
It is. And was that a surprise to you? You've been following Zhou as he came up through the ranks, but was it a surprise to you that he did that well?
Well, to be very honest, I was not certain if he would, to score points at very early start of the season. I have faith that he might be in top 10 for a few races, but just to finish in top 10 at his first race, I was quite caught surprisingly.
Yeah, it's quite interesting, isn't it, Matt? That in many ways he's had the perfect start, hasn't he? Okay, yes, okay, he could be better. He could be outperforming Bottas. But, we talked about, as a rookie, how important it is to come into a season and not put yourself under pressure and not make a mistake and crash. Like we saw Tsunoda last year. Very spectacular, but he put a lot of pressure on him but with those accidents. Zhou's managed to keep it out of the wall, keep it nice and clean, picked up a point even. And it's been a nice, steady start to his rookie year. But having said that, he'll also have to start ramping up those performances, isn't he? He's going to have to try and beat his teammate.
Yeah, I quite agree with you, Alex, because I think I was quite impressed by his team's reaction. I was chatting with some engineers, and they told me they were impressed by how he managed his tire, how he just to follow their instruction in the race pace. So I think the team is quite understanding how he can manage the car, and I think because I just follow him that's kind of for 5 years, and I can see his his racing craft is getting a lot of better than he when he was F2.
Yeah, I'm with you. I've always been, I was expecting him to be like this because I thought the key point was that, yes, the criticism of him might be that he, putting aside the fact that he comes with a budget, which is the thing that often people hold against drivers with money, which is kind of ridiculous if they can also perform, right? But he did 2 or 3 years in each level coming up, Formula 3, Formula 2. So he's got a lot of experience. But again, people often say, well, he found his speed. Yeah, that's true. He did. And he would find his pace year by year. He was never slow. But what I liked about, particularly in his final year of Formula 2, was when he was in the very heat of battle, the sharp end of the field, he wasn't that guy who was taking off wing end plates into the back end of somebody else's car or going off the racetrack. I never seen him go off the racetrack anywhere.
No, he's not. No. Yeah, I mean, of course, he wanted to get very, very good result, and you can see that we have 1.4 billion people. He just come from such a large country that all the pressure on him, being the first ever Chinese racing driver in the worldwide stage. You definitely want to be someone that can show how we can race. In fact, I think so far he did quite well in all his 3 races, because he was always there when the opportunity arose. What definitely to score the points. As you can see, even in Melbourne, he finished 11th. So he just one way,
Yeah, and that's a good question, Frankie. Is he? How's the reception getting picked up? You mentioned the 1.4 billion people. That's quite a fan base to have.
Yeah, exactly. Well, actually, so we are a very large country, but we still have football, basketball, so many sports. Formula One is still a young sport in this country, but I can see the interest of Zhou is definitely going up all the way. I have a very interesting facts and the numbers I can tell you that the first, not first, the news of the announcement came in last year when we post on the official WeChat channel of Chinese GP. We reached 70,000 readership. It's a record of the entire WeChat channel of the Chinese GP. So I can see, and one of the funny thing is, when the announcement was made, I read some articles was published by actually the real estate agencies in UK, because we know Zhou, he moved to UK when he was very, very young. So this kind of real estate agencies want to talk the advantage that just really? To want to get more people to buy house in UK.
Excellent.
That's really funny.
Excellent.